Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Hurrdat Media Network.
Okay, cool. There we go.
That's crazy. That was something new.
Right? Okay, so we didn't play any of this on our podcast, but before, we started like a minute and a half ago, but our little recording thing made its own little remix. The Thumpin' Ya Jeep remix of the Pat and JT
Maybe
intro.
You should tack it on the end. That's kind of fun.
It was so weird.
Well, it's been a long couple of days. It's been sitting there dormant.
Yeah, it's been waiting for something. I don't know.
Waiting for something to happen. Didn't know if we were coming back after Snowmageddon. Honest to goodness, I don't know. You know, we go through this every time. It never fails, and I'm sure the weather people, they all get so pissed off because people say things about the weather forecast. But when you start closing schools and closing events and closing, you know what I mean, businesses,
Yeah,
because of a forecast, and then it doesn't happen for hours later until hours later.
it's so weird. I know, and I don't remember. I know, but back in our day, but honestly, it's been in like the last 5 years, 6 years, where they started preemptively canceling school based on a forecast instead of waiting for it to happen, deciding in the morning.
I know that it's probably a better idea than having the kids stranded at school, though I don't remember ever getting stranded. We always made it home.
Yeah. Who
But-
knows if it was by the skin of our teeth, if we almost died. I remember helicoptering off Highway 92 one time with my grandpa on the way to school, but we still got out of the ditch and to school only a couple minutes late.
And by God, you were going to school. He is not taking you home.
No, right. Not a chance. Not a chance. That little Aries K barely made it there. We're going to go get some learning in.
By God, you are going to school, son.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, I don't remember the preemptive canceling. And I get it because, it was going to be really bad if it had happened that way.
Des Moines got like a foot of snow, so thank God it went that way and not our way.
Right?
That
And I
would've
think
been
my
awful.
mom and dad ended up getting like a half inch of snow, and we had about 3 inches here. And, it's just kind of a little bit, it was all over the place, but I know I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing
And then
out
and it was a big enough snow to use my brand new snowblower. So I was excited. I didn't want to get up too early to do it. It was Saturday morning, so it's like 8:15ish, 8:30, and I'm still in my like sleep shorts and t-shirt. I'm just on my laptop, and I hear a distant snowblower. And I start thinking, okay, I can get up and do it. So I'm like, I'll wait.
Call
I'll
it a while.
finish my coffee, and then next thing I know, our neighbor Roger, sweet guy, he starts snow blowing my driveway. And I'm like, right. So I'm trying to get my stuff on super quick to go out there. And he's 3/4 of the way done. I finally get out there and I'm like, Roger, I got a snowblower. And he goes, oh man, I'm sorry. I ruined all your fun. He goes, I just need stuff to do. I'm like, all right, dude, I totally appreciate it. He's such a sweet guy.
It's like the creed of the snowblower people, honestly. I mean, and I think it's, for the most part, it seems to be the people who maybe didn't grow up in town and they're in town now and they have a snowblower.
Yes.
So that's like their chance for chores. And so you get that snowblower going and you just continue right on around the circle, or
Yep,
you
just do
continue
it all.
down the street. You do the sidewalk. You do.
Yep. So I still haven't used my snowblower yet.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I have my little heated mats. How old am I sounding right now? That are on my steps and work like a freaking charm.
A
They're
heated.
beautiful.
Are they plugged in or battery or solar?
They're plugged in. They
Really?
plug in and it goes, and it's on the deck, and then it goes down. There's one on each step, and then at the base of the steps.
Wow, that's super
Snow
fancy.
and ice not on there. No salt. Screw that salt crap.
That's super
But I did
fancy.
find something to replace salt if you don't like using salt. I just don't like using it. It's hard on your concrete, and granted, that probably don't put enough down that it makes a difference. But I think it's a tablespoon of rubbing alcohol and a tablespoon of dish soap in a gallon of water. And supposedly that, and I haven't tried it out yet. I'm really excited to, but I just found out about it this weekend. So I'm kind of excited for another ice event or snow event. So I can go pour this on, because supposedly it will not refreeze it.
Okay, well,
So it'll take off the ice that's there, and then that won't refreeze.
Okay.
So we'll see about that.
I mean, it
But
makes
as-
sense. There's a little alcohol in it, little whatever. Yeah, it makes
Right?
sense. Yeah.
And Don fixes everything. It's
Right.
really.
From grease from your engine to a baby duck, it can it literally can clean everything.
It does. So it doesn't surprise me. And I've used it with vinegar before, as a cleaning solution, like in the oven. I've used it as another, it's like you can use it with everything. It's really crazy. So anyway, so there's that.
Yeah.
But because of the forecast, I didn't intend to leave the house all weekend, and I didn't, except for to go to breakfast with mom and dad, honestly. And it was glorious. And I got to binge a brand new TV show.
What's that?
It's on Netflix. It's called Archive 81.
Okay. Sounds
And
conspiracy theory-y.
It kind of is. It's more of one of those found tapes, like Blair Witch.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's kind of like that with a little extra twist. It kept me all the way through, and there's going to be a season 2 apparently, and it came from a podcast.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't even know it was out this weekend. I think it came out on Thursday or Friday, and just happened to see it, and so I'm like, okay, and here I come 12 episodes later.
Yeah. That's always great when you start watching a show and you look up 12 hours later and you're like, what just happened?
What have I been doing? I've just been, but I did get some other things done in the house, but yeah, you kind of have to pay attention to this one. So it got frustrating because I started watching it actually Friday, and I was in bed, which is this is a kind of a scary one. It's kind of creepy. But anyway, I kept waking up and the TV was still on. So I'd have to start the episode over, and it's like, Jill, just shut it off and go to sleep.
Right, just go to sleep.
Because I still had to watch it all the next day anyway, because I couldn't remember anything. So.
I wish there was an app or something like you wear a band or on your smartwatch that could sense when you fall asleep and pause your show. Because I mean, how many times do you do that? You fall asleep and you wake up 4 episodes later.
I know. You can just hit rewind or just start.
But you don't know where you fell asleep. You're like, and you got to do I remember this? Do I remember this? Do I remember this?
I generally have to watch it all.
Yeah, I know. So if we could just pause it where you fall asleep, whatever.
I know it would make sense, but I think it would wake me up when the noise stopped.
Oh, it would? Maybe.
I think. I'm not sure. Yeah. But anywho, so that was all on, and that was good.
We didn't. We left. We weren't gonna. Well, we weren't gonna leave. We knew we were gonna be running errands. We always got to go to Costco and Sam's. But the last couple of weeks, speaking of like scary stuff in bed, 2 things. First of all, if anybody knows the phone number for spouse protective services, I need that number to call because I think I'm being temperaturely abused at my house. Just saying.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because my wife keeps the house at 63 degrees. It's chilly. When we're out in the living room and just doing our stuff, it's not chilly. We're a sweatshirt. Right. You're fine, right? But at the amount of time she calls me the P word, it's unbelievable because I'm always cold. And it's 63 degrees and we're going to bed and I put a sweatshirt on. I know. It's exactly what. She's like, oh, shut up. And she's getting to bed in a T-shirt and shorts. And here I am, literally a sweatshirt, pants, and I don't have socks. I can't sleep with socks on. But so that's one thing. Send your numbers to me at It's Pat and JT. And then she has had like not back issues, but just like her back's been sore since New Year's Eve. Like you can feel the tight muscles in her shoulders for whatever reason. No clue how she did it. So, and I've always told her, I'm like, hell, rub your back. It's hard for her to lay down. It's just not comfortable. So in the middle of the night, sometimes she'll just kind of be fidgety. I'm like, just wake me up. I'll rub your back quick and you can go back to sleep because it usually helps. Well, the other night, now that I'm sleeping with a sweatshirt and pants on, like I fall into a deep sleep because it's like a big warm little hug.
You're a burrito.
I am a total Pat-rito. And that is going to be Pat-rito. That'll be our title of the podcast.
Now you know why.
And so anyway, it's like 2 a.m. and I get up to go to the bathroom. And I never get up and go to the bathroom ever. Get up and go to the bathroom and she's standing. Okay, you know the movie poster for The Ring and the girl's just standing there and her hair's down and it's like all. So I get up and you can see the street light coming through our window. The curtains or the blinds or whatever closed, but you can still see through. She's tried to wake me up to rub her back. Apparently I didn't pay attention, which I always said, I'm right there for you all the time. Didn't pay attention. So she had to get up and she's standing in the bathroom door using the door jamb to rub her back. And when I got up, I didn't know she was out of bed. And I stood up and I saw and her hair was down and it looked like the ring lady. And I'm like, I stopped and I go, babe. Like I didn't know what to do. And then she starts moving and she told me she was rubbing her back on the wall because I didn't wake up. And I'm like, she goes, my back hurts. I'm like, I don't remember any of this, by the way, except for me waking up and seeing the ring, went to go pee, came back out. She goes, my back is just so sore. And she said, I told her, oh, I'm sorry. Went right back to sleep. I didn't do anything. Totally rude. But subconscious me is holding a grudge against 63-degree Beth.
Yeah. That's mine. 64 in the bedrooms. Yep. 64.
And
But
I like to bitch about it, but it's not bad. Like it's
not.
once you get in bed, you're
Sleep-wise,
fine. Yeah.
it's awesome. As far as you're all curled up in sleep. And it's really weird is when you wake up in the morning and your body starts waking up and all of a sudden I just get, I'm like, wow, all these covers, get this all off me. Cause now it's like ready to go. And then but otherwise the whole night, just like perfect.
Yeah.
It's just perfect.
I know.
I
like to bitch.
I got the stupid, the sweatshirt sheets or whatever, not flannel, but they're like that, you know, that kind of cozy stuff. And then this cozy blanket and it's like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's chilly up there.
Yeah.
This is chilly.
Okay. So maybe I'm not being abused. I am a pea.
Well, kitty.
Yeah, right. Maybe I am just a pea, little pea.
Oh my God.
But we did go to Costco a couple times this weekend, not to buy any food or anything because we're purging. A couple weeks ago, we decided that on the 24th, we're going to Colorado this upcoming weekend. So we didn't want to start it's not a diet, but an adjustment to the way we eat until after our trip.
Tried to trick yourself.
I'm reframing. So we're starting the 24th on this like totally revamping what we eat, how we eat, and just wanting to be healthier. So we've been eating cleaning out our freezer and our fridge on stuff that we know is going to go bad because we don't want temptation there.
You don't want to throw out those delicious nuggets.
And it's actually good. Like it's good stuff. It's like chicken breasts that we know are going to age out. It's like all really healthy stuff. So going to Costco, we left to go to Costco and Sam's on Saturday, and a few times last week, Beth's like, I can't buy any more clothes. I have no more room. And I can't. I have no more room. She goes, we can't buy any more clothes. So $320 later of just clothes at Costco, we left. $110 worth of just clothes from Sam's Club, we left after saying we're not going to buy clothes. The deals were unbelievable and the clothes are fantastic. How can you not? You can't pass up a $4 pair of Gap dress pants. You can't.
But now you're adjusting your diet. So then when you lose weight.
Oh, I have an answer for you. Because I bought.
Are they all elastic?
Some of them are, but I bought 2 sizes. I bought biggies for now, and I bought littlies because they were so freaking cheap. Like 2 pair of pants were cheaper than 1 pair last week. You can't pass that up.
Oh wow! So you're stocking up for whatever happens, right?
Yep.
Interesting that you chose this week to do that. Interesting that you did. Just saw something and it kind of ties into, and funny that you also splurged like that on clothes. I know you're going to say it's such a great deal. And we're just have our Centris folks trying to help us get on track for the year. But I just saw a study that came out and they said that basically about 30% of people in total end up keeping their New Year's resolutions, period. But that's
higher than I thought.
It really is.
Yeah.
That they end up keeping and this was based on last year's number. So who knows if this year, if everybody's going to say just screw it or what. But anyway, they said though, this time of the year is when things get really, really tough. They made made the New Year's resolution, and the 19th is kind of like the date where things break.
The 19th. Okay.
Yeah. That's like the median, but that's the day where most people, it's like the wall. I'm done. I'm done with the new exercise plan.
And it sucks because it's right before the time you start seeing results. It's like 3 weeks-ish. You start seeing really results. 4 weeks, you definitely, what do they say? 2 weeks, you can feel it. 4 weeks, you can see it. 6 weeks, you hear about it or something like that. So they're just to that. Yeah. Or whatever that is. Yeah.
So you're just getting started, and it just falls right into what they were talking about at Centris when they were talking about setting new financial goals. And the interesting thing is for the goals that people set. And I found this in here. The top 5 goals in no particular order, but saving money is a big one, along with losing weight, improving your diet, more exercise, and career ambitions. Those are the big 5.
Huh, okay.
And so if any of those are on your list, don't let the 19th screw you. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like they said at Centris, said, give yourself some grace. If you do slip, or if you do, I don't know, buy 16 pairs of pants at Costco.
$4. I'm sorry, everybody, and there's not one person at Centris that would be mad at me for buying $4 Gap pants.
But this isn't all or nothing, and so you can get back on the wagon.
Yeah.
That's basically what it comes down to. So regardless of any of your goals, and if finances, if that's one of your goals, but all of those are big ones, and they may seem like wow, that's a lot. That's a big bite. Maybe I should try something smaller. Just stick with it. Just stick
Yeah.
with it. And the folks at Centris Federal Credit Union, they're our partners this year, helping us with Pat and JT's 2 cents worth, and just kind of trying to help everybody stay on track.
And there is a ton of great info. CentrisFCU.org, or you can just call them at 402-334-7000, and they can help you with information, navigate you to where you need to go. And not to get all Dr. Philly, but Dr. Phil literally said the next 6 months are going to go by whether you do anything about your finances or your diet or whatever or not. So you might as well do something. And if you fall off the wagon on anything, just get back on it. You don't have to reset and say, "Oh, I'll do it in 2023." Screw it.
Exactly. And it's interesting that you guys are doing that too, because I just actually signed up for something myself. And so today is the day that it's all starting. And
it's
we'll
exciting.
see what happens.
It's exciting. And I love starting a program. I don't know how you are, but I'm assuming you're like me, where you need doing it on your own isn't the easiest thing to do. So having a little guidance and structure helps.
And it's like the switch has to flip, because I don't want anybody's help until I do. And, it's like you can't, when they say just fake it till you make it, it just doesn't work that way sometimes. It's like you really have to have that mental adjustment.
Yeah.
Where your mind is like, okay, I'm in the right place.
Well, my switch flipped when I can put a pencil under one of my boobies. Like I can literally hold it there when I'm sitting on a chair. So I'm like, maybe I need to rein it in just a touch.
Yeah, when you're just sitting there in your lounger watching 19 hours of the news TV show, and you stick a pencil under your boob.
When I'm watching Married at First Sight and I go, "Babe, watch this," I'm like,
I could be on that show.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of TV shows too, by the way, there is one coming back. I don't know if you saw this, but Justified is coming back.
I loved Justified.
It's going to be a limited series. They just announced it this weekend, but they're putting it together. It's called Justified City Primeval, and they're working with FX, which is the network that it's on. And Timothy Oliphant will be back as Marshall Givens. So limited series. So I'm not really sure what that means, but in the series, the Marshall's now living in Miami, has a 14-year-old daughter, has to go to Detroit, and has, after having a chance encounter on a lonely Florida highway. Interesting.
Who does that happen to?
I'm excited because I love that show.
Yeah. Oh, I love Timothy Oliphant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's a great show.
100%. All right. So I got to pluck one news story for you that grabbed my attention.
Okay.
Over the weekend. Actually, it was on Friday is when it came out. So 3 days ago as we speak. This came out, and I about died when I saw this. The headline is "Parents Outraged After School Suggests Tackling Body Image Issues in Middle School Girls."
Okay.
And I'm thinking.
Seems positive so far. Like, how are you going to help? Seems good.
Right. How are you going to fix this? What are you going to do? So open up the story, and apparently the middle school is attempting to address the girls' bad body image or body image concerns by suggesting shapewear for middle school girls.
Like Spanx?
Yes.
What? That's not... Granted, for adults, they're fantastic.
And
but not in middle school?
I don't even... It's a middle school, so 6th grade-ish, right?
Yeah.
7th?
6th, 7th, 8th. Sometimes 9th. Depends on where you are.
Depends on where you are.
Either way.
And somebody made a great point. Said shapewear is not going to keep the fat kid from getting bullied. As a matter of fact, it's going to make it worse.
Oh, for sure.
And said that this girl that wrote in, she said, "My own brothers had nicknames for me, and my mom thought shapewear would be helpful. That made it 10 times worse." I'm just wondering who brought this to the meeting.
I can't imagine as a parent even talking to your kid about like shapewear, like at that age.
That's like, I think for girls, that's like the time where a lot of them are just starting to wear a bra. And there's 2 camps on this. Either you're super excited or you're like totally against it. It's like, no, I don't want to wear one. Or it's, yes, I get to wear one. And then the boys get to snap your bra straps and all that good stuff goes on, right? But that's what everybody goes through. It's like all the girls kind of roll through that. You start throwing shapewear.
Oh boy, that's that's bad.
Let's just make the problem worse, right?
Right. Mix in some greens, mix in some veggies, some good habits on how to stay healthier, and then it'll all work itself out. You don't need to cram somebody into some biker shorts.
That never works well.
It never works.
But yeah, really mixing in some greens or mixing in just mixing in a plan And like I said, I'm starting mine. And so I'm anxious to talk to our girl Sasha about this as well, because it has to do with watching my macros. And so I'm using that MyFitnessPal website.
Yeah, it's
just
awesome.
The free version. So you can plug in exactly what you want your macros to be, or just your calories, or whatever it may be, to try and figure this out. And then I also, Dr. Saladino is another one of those YouTube guys that I watch. And he's like a carnivore, and he's carnivore-ish. He used to be full on, straight on carnivore, but carnivore-ish. And it's kind of an interesting talk. And so I'm like, okay, maybe that's my trouble, is just finding sustainability, something I'd stick with.
Right.
That's been my problem.
And it can't be too difficult. It can't be too restricting. In my opinion, for me, I can't have something that's like, you can't do this ever, ever, ever. Cause I won't, cause like I could never do keto. I just never,
Right.
I just know myself and I could never do that.
I like the whole elimination because it just makes it simpler for me.
Yeah.
It's like, I just have to buy this. It's kind of like clothes, right? I wear basically the same thing a lot, but that's my go-to. And it's just, I don't have to think about it.
Right.
Period. That's why I'm kind of concerned about this whole video crap that we're going to be throwing on our show, because I don't want everybody to know I wear the same thing.
Because every Friday, your hair is done. You got a new fit, Friday fit. We just need to get Pat and JT or Hurrdat shirts. Because anytime Best Buy, you go into Best Buy and they're always wearing the same shirts.
Great idea.
Yeah. So then
Like
it's
a
like whatever.
uniform.
Mm-hmm. Like a uni. Just a t-shirt.
Can we have, yeah, just like with the hospitals, right?
Mm-hmm. Like scrubs. And I know that
scrub?
you can have different scrubs and stuff, but in reality, like it's just a uni.
So just I got to go gather my Hurrdat t-shirts together.
Yeah.
And figure out what I got.
Yeah,
So,
it's no big
okay.
deal.
Yeah, that might be the thing. I just want it to be easy.
Work smart, not hard.
There you go. Very good.
Yep.
There. Parting words for the day.
Work smart, not hard.
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Yep. I mean, I'm telling you, I think she's on to something. Gosh dang it. So cold. So cold in my house. All right, you guys, thanks for listening to our show. It's Pat and JT, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.